Marquette County Board of Commissioners, regular meeting Tuesday, July 15th, 2025, 6 p.m. meeting to order. Judge Cheryl Hill, would you be kind enough to lead us in the pledge, please?
I'd be honored to do that. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So I see we have the Honorable Lynn Durant in the crowd today. Welcome, and the Honorable Judge Cheryl Hill as well. And is there, I guess Michael Larson is an elected official as well. Thank you for being here. Roll call, please, Linda.
Commissioner DePietro.
Commissioner DePietro is absent. He's not well.
Commissioner Adamini.
Here.
Commissioner Malone.
Here.
Commissioner Nordine.
Here.
Commissioner Alholm.
Here.
Chairperson DeRocha.
Here. So we need a motion for approval of agenda, and there will be a late addition from the earlier meeting in regards to hiring county administrator. Is there a motion to?
I'd move to approve the agenda with the addition of 11A administrator hire.
Support.
Motion by Commissioner, or by Vice Chair Nordine, support by Commissioner Alholm. Questions or comments on the agenda? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the minutes from the following, July 1st, 2025, regular meeting. Motion by Commissioner Lalonde to approve the minutes.
Motion to approve the minutes.
Is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Alholm. Any questions or comments on the July 15th minutes? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. So we have several proclamations, presentations, and awards, and Judge Cheryl Hill is here tonight, and she would be wonderful if she would read in these proclamations for these families that have stepped up and above and beyond.
Thank you.
Judge, you have the floor.
Thank you so much. I am wondering if John and Janice Eamon or Don Obermeyer or Donna Ahola are out there. They were supposed to be here, so I guess not. Commissioners, if I might just indulge for just a moment, and I'll get to it real quick. I know you have a busy agenda. In the state of Michigan, there are over 10,000 children in foster care on any given day. 200 are waiting to have an adoptive home presented to them. Tonight, we are honoring two families of foster parents that have worked with the Marquette County Probate Court for many years, and I cannot tell you how wonderful these families have been. With regard to the Donald Obermeyer and Jana Ahalo family, the proclamation that has been signed by the chairperson of the county board is the Marquette County Board of Commissioners resolution in recognition of Donald Obermeyer and Jana Ahala. Whereas Donald, we always just called him Don down in my office, Don and Jana first obtained their group home foster care license in 1982, and whereas Don and Jana and the late Vi Obermeyer have provided a safe and nurturing home for 199 foster children over the past 4 decades. And whereas Don Obermeyer and Jana Ahala began their journey in foster care while raising their own children, who at the time ranged between the ages of 8 and 16 years of age, and whereas the Obermeyer family has been widely recognized for their compassionate and impactful work with adolescent boys, many of whom who have faced significant challenges, including substance abuse and behavioral issues, and whereas Donald and Jana have not only offered care during difficult times, but have also maintained long-term relationships with many of these youths that they have fostered, continuing to support them throughout adulthood, and now therefore may it be resolved that the Marquette County Board of Commissioners hereby expresses its sincere gratitude to Donald Obermeyer and Jana Ahala for their remarkable 42 years of service and unwavering commitment to the youth of Marquette County. And I will make sure they get that. Commissioner Nordine mentioned, because he went to school with one of the Obermeyer sons, that family has produced other foster families. Tim and Marty have been foster families. Everybody in that family, this has been fantastic. But not only do we have John and Don, we've got another family here. John and Janice Eman. The Marquette County Board of Commissioners resolution recognizing the service of John and Janice Eman. Whereas John and Janice Eman obtained their foster care group home license in December of 1974, and since that time have provided foster care to 65 children in their home and adopted one of the foster children. And whereas John and Janice Eman became licensed foster parents while raising their 3 biological children, all under the ages of 3, and had previously served their community as licensed daycare providers, and whereas the Emans have devoted their 50-year marriage to improving the lives of children and families in Marquette County, providing compassionate, long-term care and support through their dedication and foster care, and whereas the Emans are widely respected for their outstanding work with adolescent girls and for welcoming numerous troubled youth into their home, including juveniles facing challenges such as substance abuse, behavioral issues, and teen pregnancies. And therefore, may it be resolved that the Marquette County Board of Commissioners extends its heartfelt appreciation to John and Janice Eman for their extraordinary commitment and nearly 5 decades of service to the children and the youth of Marquette County. The board honors their legacy of care, compassion, and community service. And before I'm done, there's just a little quote. We've all heard it, but I think it exemplifies these families. And it was from Foster Whitcraft. And we've all heard it, but it is so true. Think of these people who've given up so much. 100 years from now, it's not going to matter what my bank account was, what sort of house I lived in, or what sort of car I drove. But the world may be different because I was important in the life of a child. The Emans, the Obermeyers, and the Ahalas, extraordinary members of our community, and thank you for recognizing them.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you for bringing that to our attention.
Yeah. Moving along, public comment. Public comment. Do we have any public comment? One last time, public comment. Any electronic participation? No comment, okay. Moving on to review of claims and accounts, total expenditures paid via check and EFT transfer for the period of June 27, 2025 through July 9th, 2025 were $475,273.45, and the biweekly payroll for the period ending July 5th, 2025 was $883,514.24. Your pleasure, Board.
Move to pay the bills as presented.
Motion by Commissioner Elholm to pay the bills. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Adamini. Any questions or comments on the bills? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Pay the bills. We're now going to pause the board meeting. We're going to have a public hearing. Michigan CBDG BDG funding of Marquette County Housing Emergency Rehabilitation Program. Oh, that was a tongue twister.
Who should do that?
Who's, I don't,
Amy's here.
Amy, could you come up and take the podium, Amy, please?
Good evening.
Good evening. So would you give the board a little background, and then we can move forward with, we will now, are you ready to open the public hearing, Linda?
Mm-hmm.
Open the public hearing at 6:10?
you gotta tell us first what it stands for, so it's a
Community Development Block Grant.
Block grant.
Sorry, I should've let you
I was
have
gonna say
that.
development building grant, block grant.
Yeah, so we have revolving funds each year for, publicly available funds for, emergency housing repairs for Marquette County residents. The county proposes to use $98,075.19 in CDBG funds to assist residents under the 80% of area median income for emergency housing repairs. You can see the prior years, what we've gotten in terms of funds. There will be some portion of that that's allocated for administrative costs as well, so that's all I have.
Okay, so, we've done this program over the past years. It's been very successful. In fact, we just signed, some more additional, work to be done. It's a revolving fund that comes back over time, and, this has been a great program for Marquette County residents. So, from the public hearing side, is there anybody here, that would like to comment on the grant proposed here at this hearing, and is there any public comment? Or to make comment on any public comment? Any electronic participation? So hearing no public comment or public remarks on this public hearing item,
I do have a question though.
go ahead.
So, Amy, what, it says emergency housing repairs. What kind of repairs do we do? Is it furnaces, roofs, windows, insulation, and all that stuff, or what?
Yeah, so we do largely roofs, furnaces, hot water heaters, those things that are, you know, when they go out, they're kind of a big expense for folks. But we haven't really done windows in the past or insulation. There are other programs in the county that help serve those types of clients better than our program would, such as the Superior Watershed Partnerships weatherization program. So that we usually defer those types of things to those folks because restrictive funds through different programs allow for us to do roofs, which are higher cost items for folks when a lot of other programs do not cover those.
Now, we said this is a revolving fund, but we're granting this to people, right? These are people under the 80% median, or are they paying it back?
So when
Okay.
they sell their
You
homes,
pay it back.
they pay it back at that time. Yep.
When
But
they
it's
sell their
no
house?
interest and it's deferred, so
Right.
it's a good situation if you don't have the funds at the time.
We
versus
take a
having-
second mortgage on their home, and the
Yeah.
second mortgage gets paid upon sale of the home.
I had one a few months
Or
ago.
pay
We
back,
came in,
right?
the
Yeah,
parents
some-
died,
some
and
do
they went
pay
to
it.
sell the house, and they said there's this county lien or mortgage on the property. I'm like, yeah, they gave you money, so.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
nice opportunity for folks who don't have it at the time and have a big expense, so.
And in some
You pay
instances,
later.
we've seen that they pay it back at a later date, right?
Right.
Yep, and
Yeah.
that's where this money is from those folks who have paid it back over the last year, so, or actually, the
So I have a-
2024 year.
So I have a question, Amy. I don't
Yes.
see, on an action item below, are you planning to bring this back at another time for board approval, or are you looking for board approval tonight after the public hearing?
I don't think that there's anything else to do.
No, there's nothing to do.
You just gotta
Yeah,
have-
I don't
Okay,
think
I
we
just
have
wanted to
any-
make sure, wanted, go ahead.
I have one
I don't have
question.
mine on it.
What percentage goes to administrative?
I wanna say it's 20%, but
20%?
I think it's about 80 grand this year, so 98, yeah, I wanna say it's around 80 grand this year. Or will be the direct home repair costs,
Okay.
so that 18 grand or so is going towards administrative costs. Sorry for the confusion.
Yeah. No, no,
I
we're
have to
good.
do math in a certain way in my brain.
We're good.
I'm
Hopefully it
asking
makes
so the
sense.
public knows.
Thank you, Amy, for your presentation. So is there any further public comment on this hearing before I close out the public hearing? So the public hearing is, make a motion to close the public hearing.
So moved.
Motion by the vice chair, is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Malone. Roll call vote, please, to close the hearing.
Okay. Commissioner Nordine,
Yes.
Commissioner Elholm,
Yes.
Commissioner Adamini,
Yes.
Commissioner Lalone,
Yes.
and Chairperson DeRosa.
Yes. Thank you, Amy. Is the undersheriff, your privilege comment, he's not here today. No privilege comment. Informational items, no information, action items, Brownfield Redevelopment Authority appointment. So we have in front of us a vacancy that expires in July 31st of 2025. And it looks like we have only one candidate. That's up.
That's correct.
So it would be a motion in order to have Lance Lindberg.
Well, since he's a Gwin resident, I guess I'll make that motion to appoint him.
Motion by the vice chair,
Support.
support by Commissioner Alholm. Any questions or comments on the board
I have
appointment?
a comment, we're appointing him for like 20-day term.
Oh, what's that?
Because this
Oh,
expires
that's
July
a mistake.
31st,
No, that's a
2025.
mistake.
2026?
Good point, though.
2026?
You can tell I threw that away. Yeah,
Linda,
sorry.
is it 2026?
No, I believe it's a 3-year. I want to say it's it's a 3-year term. So it's going to expire. in-
2028.
Yes, correct. My apologies.
Please note the correction to 2028 on a 3-year term for the Brownfield Authority.
You'll get a little more.
Okay,
time
is the motion still in check
Checked.
and support? Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Please notify Mr. Lindberg. Courthouse circulating pump replacement recommendation. Is Don here?
No doubt.
I don't see Don. So we put this on regards to Prime to handle replacement of boiler pumps. It's my understanding the boiler pump was leaky and has become very inefficient, and they're far overdue, so looks like the recommendation, the low bid is $65,360. Your pleasure.
Move to accept the low bid by Prime Specialty Contracting LLC in the amount of $65,360.
Motion by Commissioner Alholm. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Lalonde. Questions or comments?
Looking here, voluntary alternates? What is that?
I don't know where you're looking. Tell me where you're looking.
On the bid tabulation sheet, it says one of the categories is voluntary alternates. Dwayne might be able to answer that, I don't know. Dwayne, so on a bid sheet, it's a voluntary alternates, what does that mean? So that in case they have alternate products, or,
What is it?
This is a Rich Uren.
Dwayne, I'll show it to you.
yeah, see what you think of that. 'cause you-
So if
Yeah.
we can put this off until Don decides he'd like to come and explain that to the board.
Well, I don't think it's necessary, but it doesn't matter, because they said yes and the other two said no, I don't know if it matters.
Voluntary alternates. What they would have probably have done is in the bid specs, they would have had alternate items depending on the value of the contract. I know when we do projects, if we feel that the budget we may have enough budget, we would put alternates on there so that if we didn't expel the entire budget on the primary project, we would be able to open it up for further projects or further components of the overall project. That would be what I would suspect.
That's fine, I mean, it gives you flexibility, I guess, but.
Yeah, I guess I can't answer for what this is. If we're uncomfortable, we can push it off to the next board meeting till we get an answer.
I'm not uncomfortable at all.
Okay, we have a motion and support on the floor. Any questions or comments, further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. And new concession, that's you, Dwayne.
Yes, what I have before the board this evening is a request for the board to consider renewing the contract with NMU. They have been our concessionaire out at the airport since 2013. Prior to that, we did have a hiatus where we could not garner anybody to come in and provide the concession services. It's a hit and miss service, namely because we don't have a full schedule of airline flights. NMU brought in a professional setting. They provided equipment, and they also provided a selection of products that would be acceptable to the airport client running through there. Unfortunately, on an annual basis, they run a deficit, and what we have done to garner their services, we've paid them on an annual basis a $10,000 fee just to run the operation. Now, we're again looking to renew this contract. It would go from the original contract expired in April of 2025, so this is a little bit behind on getting it before the board, but what we're looking at is requesting an extension to this agreement from April of 2025 through, or May of 2025 through April of 2027, given.
So why 2 years, Dwayne?
Well, we're hoping as we move into this, the new sterile area, and that this concessionaire placement is going to have more flexibility with passengers once they're through security. Currently, our concession, you cannot take any of the food or any of the beverages through security, so whatever people buy in the concession, if it's of food value, they got to eat it or drink it before they go through the screening area. Our anticipation is to shift that whole concessionaire into the sterile area so that when passengers ultimately get into there, they'll be able to buy coffee, breakfast, sandwiches, whatever, and it's all cleared security, so they can actually bring it on the aircraft if they chose. And this just gives a little bit more flexibility. And actually, statistically, they say an average passenger will spend about $7. Each passenger will spend on average about $7 in the concessions in a sterile area. So we're hoping that we would be able to garner enough usage of the concession so that it actually begins to create a profit. Now, NMU has always provided us a breakdown of their costs and expenses. So they historically have, in fact, they've exceeded the $10,000 on an annual basis. We're hoping, fingers are crossed, that the shift with the concession will make a difference.
So here's my concern. One, in our contract, the CURD contract, it doesn't show that we stipulate that they be open. And I've been there on flight and not able to get coffee, and I love the fact NMU is there with their sports gear and their shirts and sweatshirts and whatnot. I think that's great. I think it's great that they have the Wildcat emblems there. I don't like the fact that it's hit and miss. We don't stipulate that they're open when there's flights. I think that's what we pay for. Maybe we should get it in the contract. And then I certainly don't, unless there's a change in that contract, I don't like 2 years, but I could see if we're able to make that contract read they're open during the hours of flight, I'd be very supportive of that. But to pay $10,000 every year.
Every 2 years.
No, it's annually.
Oh, it's
It's an annual premium. It's $10,000 a year. And I'm okay if they're open during the hours of operation, but I don't believe our contract reads that we hold them accountable to that.
And I would agree. I would add to that is prior to this transition, they were always well, initially when they first came in, they were actually students that were working in the food service departments, and that worked out fair. Didn't work out well, but worked out fair. And then that didn't meet what NMU was hoping it would do. So then they started hiring part-time individuals. And of course, as many people know, our flight schedule is it's early morning, and then for a long time we didn't even have an afternoon turn, and then you would have one flight in the afternoon and then an evening run. They were struggling with keeping employees because it was just a part-time position and there was nothing tied to it with NMU. Now as they're moving forward, now these positions are tied with some benefits with the college, so that they are actually more so not just a part-time overhire, they are actually part-time employees of the college, which garners some benefits. And to date, we've had a handful of new people come in and get badged and security vetted. So when we move into the new transition, we're hoping with that they'll be able to keep employees longer than they have. But prior to that, you would find that the the pay and the schedule just was not working out for them. And then couple that with the fact we had COVID.
So I guess I would be okay continuing the way it is because we've already started into the year without a contractual change, but make it 1 year, but the additional contract moving forward, I think we need to rewrite that a little bit, look at that and see what, does anybody have a?
I guess I don't know exactly what you're saying. So you're saying that
We've already, it's April, so
Yeah.
they've been expired since April.
so we've been running without a contract all the
Running
time?
without a contract.
So you want to do 1 year and rewrite the contract?
And then rewrite going in, that way we don't have any further
Through
delays.
calendar year 2025, is that what you're
Yeah.
saying?
Right?
Is that a motion?
Yeah, well, it is if you're making it.
Oh, I thought you
So,
were making it.
so, Chairman, so the purpose of that is so we can actually see that it's getting staffed like we would like, because I'm in the same,
Put some requirements in the contract.
Put some requirements in the contract.
I completely agree, I totally agree, and I understand that. I do know that, there is one caution that I say is NMU in this last, and as we progressed into this new agreement and the new situation with the concession, there is hesitation. They're looking for an excuse not to renew. And one concern I would have would be that and I'm in total agreement with 1 year, and let's see how that 1 year goes, and then we can add some language in there and work off of that. If we see in the year that it's not working, then that gives us enough time to spool up and potentially market for a alternate vendor. But I'm just a little cautious that if we lose NMU and they're losing $10,000 a year, it'll be really challenging for us to entice somebody else to come and do it if there's a potential that they're not going to make a profit. And then couple that with
We hate to have no one. We
Well, I
hate to have
thought
no
that
one.
we're showcasing their college.
we do,
And,
yes.
and we're offsetting and deferring any losses that they may occur by
Given
putting up $10,000.
I kind of think they're actually doing us a favor, trying
Yeah.
to keep it open as much as they can. And maybe one of the negotiating points would be that to work with them in getting more staffing for the place, because that's why they're there.
it's a living billboard for them, honestly.
Right.
All right. So I would make a motion that we enter into a contract, a 1-year contract, which would actually be the effective dates of January 1st, 2025.
No, May 1st, 2025.
You want to go for a year from today? I thought you had calendar year
Well,
2025.
no, it expired on May 1st of 2025. We're in
Right.
July.
Okay, of May, I got you. 2 years from May 1st, 2025. I got you.
Yeah, you got it.
For 1 year. I would say make it retroactive, but I said those words last time and the city got mad at us, so. That's my
Okay,
motion.
there's a motion on the floor by the vice chair. Is there support?
support.
Support by Commissioner Elholm. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion carried. Next one, Dwayne.
This is relating to our concept budget report. What this is a comprehensive plan that the FAA requires us to develop and provide to them in relation to any terminal expansions or developments that we would be seeking FAA funding. The concept budget, we initially contracted with Mead and Hunt back in 2020. We provided the FAA their copy for review, which we submitted to them in September of 2021. We have just gotten the results. Why it took the FAA this long to respond to us is, well, I would say it's just they were busy. That would be the answer that we would hear. But anyways, they are requesting, after review, a handful of amendments made to this agreement. And what this agreement really does is a comprehensive report on the terminal's functionality and passenger support. It deals with terminal modernization objectives. It deals with future flexibility. They added a couple additional amendments that they want to have in place into this document. They're updating of employments, 10 and a 15-year activity demand forecast. A couple other issues they want to have, or a couple other items they want to have a full view of any concepts that we put together. To get this through, we'll have to amend the contract with Mead and Hunt. Mead and Hunt looked at it, they did the evaluation, what they'll need to provide. They came back with an amendment to the contract in the value of $59,215. This is on top of the $164,933 that we've currently invested in this. The FAA requires this document for us to move forward with our terminal expansion. This is all eligible for reimbursement. Granted, the FAA will not reimburse this until we actually make the next step into the contract or into the terminal expansion. So it's kind of a catch-22. If we don't do it, we're not going to get entertained by the FAA. But if we do it, it's going to cost us an additional amount.
So we have a staff recommendation to approve the amendment with Mead and Hunt of $59,215. Do we have the funds available, Dwayne? I don't have Cammy here today.
Yes, we could pull the 59,000 out of our reserves.
Okay.
Is that the airport stabilization fund? Do we still have that or not?
The airport stabilization fund is been exhausted. Now we have a fund that's just airport reserves, and this is where we placed all of the CARES Act funding that we were able, or not necessarily CARES Act, we spent those, but we saved up the money, the funding that we had generated over the course of the years of COVID.
Okay. Any questions for Dwayne? Is there a motion?
I move to follow the staff recommendation with understanding the funding comes from airport reserves.
Motion by Commissioner Alholm. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Adamy. Any further questions or comments?
The only comment is it doesn't necessarily come from airport reserves, so it may come out of AIP. Depends, right?
We'll prepay for the
Oh, and then we may get
we'll
reimbursed.
prepay for it, and then once we move into a terminal expansion project, this will be one of the components that we'll add for reimbursement
From the AIP.
from the AIP program.
Okay, we have a motion and support on the floor. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Dwayne, you have the next one as well.
This is relating to our passenger boarding bridges and a project that we had completed a couple of years back with terminal aprons. What I'm requesting the board to do is pre-approve these two grants. Grant 3-26-153-60-2025 and then 61-2025. So these are two grants that will be issued in 2025. There's a bill grant and then AIP grant. The FAA's had a split it up due to the cost of the project. So we're breaking the project into two grants. What we're looking for is, again, pre-approval of the grant. So once we are awarded the grant, it's already approved, and the chairperson and civil council can sign the agreement so that we can move forward with the grants. The FAA is real particular about timing. When they submit these grant applications, they like to have them a quick turnaround. This way we get that work already done before the actual grant arrives. There is also included in this a request to approve the signing of the state's project grants or state's contracts as well with this. It is normal, the state will give us an additional contract for each grant that we apply with, or that we go into agreement with them on. And then the final component of this is the resolutions. We need to have separate resolutions for each grant, and not just for the FAA grant or the two FAA grants, but the sponsor contract through the state of Michigan as well. So there's
Okay,
4 resolutions as well.
So thank you, Dwayne. So item number 1, so staff recommends the County Board of Commissioners take the following action. Pre-approve the acceptance of the FAA grants, 060 and 061 for 2025. Is there a motion to pre-approve those grants?
I'll move.
Motion by Commissioner Alholm. Is there support?
Support.
Commissioner Alholm and support by Commissioner Lalonde. Any further questions or comments?
Yeah, where's the funds, where's the 82,287 coming from?
The 82,000, that is an AIP eligible or a PFC eligible local share. What we will do is, in the future, we'll apply that to the next PFC application, and we'll get reimbursed through our passenger facility charges.
Okay.
And we will get reimbursed for that?
Yes, we will. With the passenger facility charges, any of our grants that are AIP eligible, that equally allows them to be PFC eligible, and what we do is on a recurring basis, we'll go back and we'll summarize the projects that we've done to date, and we'll be able to reimburse ourselves for the local share through those PFC applications or the PFC funds that'll be collected, and that's for currently it's at $4.50 per passenger that's inflamed out of Marquette. So every passenger that we put out, we garner $4.50, and then we can actually goes into an account. We can draw it out as the funds are available.
But there's always, is there any chance that we can't reimburse it?
No, well, I can't say that. There's always a chance, but as of right now, the project is AIP eligible. And the AIP eligible project is PFC eligible, and the PFC system or the PFC applications have been historically sound as the day is long, and we've collected a lot of money over the years through our PFC collections. I see no issue or no concerns that this would not be able to be reimbursed through that program.
So Dwayne, are we approving the two resolutions that we have in front of us, and then the one, you're gonna assign numbers to the other two?
Yes.
On the back end?
Yeah, see the state, there's two resolutions that are tied directly to the FAA grants, the
Correct.
60 and 61. And then the state sponsor contracts, once we get those issued, what we will do is we will
Assign the number?
Assign the number.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you for that.
But the current motion is just to accept the grant.
And authorize the chairperson.
Authorize the
So
sign.
there's three steps in the staff recommendation, and I think the first motion should be 1 and 2, and then I think we gotta make a motion on the resolutions, I think.
Yes, yep, so we have a motion by Commissioner Elholm, support by Commissioner Malone on item number 1. All in favor?
And
No,
two.
and 2,
authorize the
excuse me,
chairperson.
and 2. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Number 3, adopt the required resolutions and support both agreements of the FAA and MDOT. So the resolution would be read in, a resolution adopting and approving the execution of the grant agreement by Marquette County Board of Commissioners of Marquette, Michigan, and the U.S. Department of Transportation, Federal Aviation Administration, for the purpose of maintaining federal aid for the development of Marquette Sawyer Regional Airport under federal project number 3-26-0153-061 of 2025. Therefore, let it be resolved, the Marquette County Board of Commissioners shall enter into the grant agreement for development of Sawyer Regional Airport, and such a grant agreement shall be set forth here within. That Joseph DeRocha, Chairperson of the Marquette County Board of Commissioners, hereby is authorized to direct and execute the grant agreement on behalf of the County of Marquette. Linda Tullesma, Marquette County Clerk, is hereby authorized to direct and attest the said execution. That grant agreement referred here within is attached. Is there?
Without making you read them all, I think I would make a motion to adopt all 4 of the proposed resolutions.
Are we able to do that under one?
Unless there's any dissent, yes, and it should still be a roll call vote.
Okay,
There you go.
All right.
All 4.
all 4 at once. So roll call
Oh,
vote,
I got the
please.
support.
Yes, support by, motion by Vice Chair Nordine. Is there support? Support by Commissioner Adamini. Roll call vote, please.
Commissioner Nordine,
Yes.
Commissioner Elholm,
Yes.
Commissioner Adamini,
Yes.
Commissioner Malone,
Yes.
Chairperson DeRoche.
Yes. Thank you, Dwayne. That was a mouthful on that one. You have one more.
Yes, one more. What I'm looking for is consideration to approve a construction administration agreement with Mead and Hunt for the work to be accomplished on the aircraft control tower. This would be approving the grant or approving the agreement contingent on the grant award. So we would not be actually executing anything until the grant is awarded. Fortunately, we had the bid opening this afternoon for the air traffic control tower. I suspect tomorrow I will have the grant application completed and submitted so that we'll be awaiting the FAA's awarding of the dollars so that we can move forward. The project is a $1.5 million project, and it encompasses a handful of components. We're going to change the HVAC system, air traffic control radios, and then we're going to do the high-rise escape system for the occupants in the tower in the event of a fire or an incident that they could not exit through the stairs. Again, it's a $1.5 million. This is a 100% grant that does not require a local share. All I'm looking for is pre-approval of the.
So staff recommends that the Marquette County Board of Commissioners approve the construction administration agreement with Mead and Hunt in the amount of $170,720. Motion.
Yes.
Mr. Adamini. Is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Elholm. Any further questions or comments?
I have a question. Under the list of things to be done, one was elevator refurbishment, so you're no longer looking at replacement
Nope,
of that?
Those items that are on the second page, these are tied to future grant application that we're gonna be again applying for federal dollars to complete the full project. We initially asked for $6.4 million for the grant to do the terminal or do the air traffic control tower project. We were awarded 1.5. We had to scale back the work. We had one bid opening and it went sideways on us, so now we had a second bid opening. We got 2 bidders in. We got a good bid. We're hoping that we'll be able to get the first items, the HVAC, the radios, and the high-rise escape. And as soon as the next notice of funding opportunity comes out, or a NOFO through the FAA, we're gonna once again apply for the funding to replace the windows. When I talk windows, it's the cab windows all the way around the air traffic control tower, roof replacement, generator replacement, elevator refurbishing, and then some additional casework within the tower itself. That'll probably be another $4.5, maybe a $5 million project.
So we have a motion by Commissioner Adamini and support by Commissioner Elholm. Any further questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Motion carried. Moving on to late agenda item, hiring of the administrator.
Oh, everybody focus their cameras now.
Oh, goodness. So I'd like to step out of protocol for a minute. We have a NMU student who's been working in human resources. Her name is Eva Subotic, okay. And I would like Eva to come up and sit by civil council. She has a microphone. And we have 2 of the candidates here.
I'm gonna turn the microphone on. I don't know if it's on. In the back. It's not.
It's on. I'm done.
And she would like, she sat in on the interviews, and when she came upstairs and we were getting ready for the board meeting, I asked her what her thoughts were. Did she enjoy sitting in to the public meeting? And she said yes, and it would have been fun to ask a question, an interview question. And I said, well, maybe we'll give you the opportunity to do that tonight.
So you have an interview question?
So
I do.
she has an interview question for the 2 candidates that are here, and was wondering if they could come up and maybe respond to her question, if that's all right with the candidates.
Sure.
So, Michael, would you come up, please?
Sure.
So unfortunately, I don't see,
So first of all, what's your position here? So you're doing an internship at Molly? Is that what the deal is?
Yes, in HR, yep.
Okay, so it's part of your programming or your thing through NMU?
Yes, I am going to school for communications and getting a minor in English.
Are you like a senior or you're about to graduate?
I'm a senior, yep. Yeah.
Hold the microphone down.
Okay.
So, if somebody got a coin, we gotta flip a coin, who gets to answer first, right? I mean,
There's a coin in the morning.
okay, wait a minute, okay, so Michael and Dwayne,
What's that?
pick a number 1 through 5, Dwayne.
3.
Pick a number 1 through 5.
1.
Dwayne, you get to go first. Or you get to choose, how about that?
You did win, by the way. You had 3 down here.
Yeah,
hit a red
you did
number.
win, you won. You have the floor, ma'am.
All right. So I think a common concern amongst students my age is like making the right decision when it comes to post-grad. Just making sure, you know, you're on the right track for the future and like making good choices that will benefit them. So what is one piece of advice that you would offer a student who wants to get involved in local government or public administration?
It's a great question. I think too often we have a lot of individuals in town who have opinions on how government should operate. And thankfully here in town, in Marquette, Ishpeming, Negaunee, the county, we have a lot of boards and vacancies that are available for people to step up and to get into government. I would suggest starting by coming to meetings. Coming to meetings, learn that protocol, learn what those openings are. That's how I started. I started on the planning commission in the city of Marquette. There was an opening. I took that step up and applied and took my first steps into serving on a local board. So I think it's important, especially if you know where your values stand. You know you want to make an impact in the community. When I was first going to school, I could have chosen to go into federal government work or state government, but really where change happens is at the local level. It's going to be whether or not your streets are plowed, your trash is picked up, how you build your house, those items. Those are things that local students and folks can get involved in and serve today, whether that be at the county on the vacant boards or even at the cities and surrounding areas.
Thank you.
So would you read the question again for Mr. Duran?
So I think a common concern among students my age is making the right choices that will benefit them post-grad, like set them up for, the right tools to benefit their future. So what is one piece of advice that you would offer a student my age who wants to work in local government or public administration?
Well, I would have to mirror his answer. Covers a lot of the same things, a lot of the same points that I would bring up. I know years ago in a life quite a while back, I originally was working with the airport, the local airport in my hometown, and I seen the interaction with the county, with both Gilgibet County and Iron County, because the airport I was at was 2 states, 2 counties, and I seen how they interacted with the airport, because the airport had to work with both governments. Watching that play out, it kind of cued me that I wanted to equally get involved in the county government, and I originally ran for a county commissioner. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but
We could just say this as
just being engaged in that and seeing, just like Mr. Larson had indicated, you are actually making the most impact when you're at your local level, because you're engaging in elements of the local community that actually mean something. Just like he said, garbage collection, building codes, a lot of the things it's where the rubber meets the road. And unfortunately, I would have to say he covered most of it, but I would say, again, equally, become engaged in some of those activities, going to board meetings. You're going to find out how very interesting it really is. A lot of people don't see the value to what these commissioners and boards do, but when you sit in on them and you hear the agenda items and you walk through all the particular issues, you're going to find out that a lot of these are very interesting, very intriguing, and it'll definitely open your eyes to what county government, state government, local city government can mean to a post-grad.
Did you have a second one or not? Of course, that was it?
That was it.
So I do want to point out that we did this for Ava, and it was a great learning experience, but we're not taking into account anything that you guys just said for your interviews, because we don't have a third candidate here, so that's had nothing to do with nothing.
So
You know what I mean?
the third
Just
candidate
so
may
everyone
be
understands
online, we don't know.
But I mean, this was really an AVA thing, not a,
Yeah, so-
it's not an extenuation of our interviews.
We would certainly make, make comment here that, the board will allow and invite the third party that's not here, to also respond to this question. So I don't know if he's online or not.
I don't see him online.
But again, I don't.
Okay,
We're just not.
I wanted to get that on the record.
Online at the 1:30?
No, he was present at 1:30, yeah, so, I just wanted to clear that up.
Thank you, everybody.
You stay right where you are, you're okay
You're
there.
gonna join some committees now, I
That
understand,
was a good
right?
question.
Yeah, I mean, I think along with what our candidate said here, I think sitting in on these meetings is a lot of invaluable information, and
Join committees, there's a lot of, you'd be surprised how many committees there are out there in the county, it's amazing. For a lot of different reasons, so.
I agree.
Okay, thank
Well,
you.
thank you.
So moving right along. So we had the opportunity to interview 3 very strong candidates. All, I believe, did a very, very good job. Outstanding, actually. Each has their unique skill set, I believe. But I'd like to know what this board feels, and I guess we'll start asking the board, are you comfortable tonight to make a decision on hiring an administrator, on voting tonight?
Yeah, but it's gonna be hard.
Well, sometimes
That's why you
things,
get paid the big bucks.
sometimes,
Wait a second. Wait a second, we
sometimes
get that
things
in.
are hard. Sometimes, come on, let's stay focused here.
All right.
So, your flavor board, are we planning on wrapping this up tonight and starting a new, so I think we should. I think we should vote tonight. This still, it could, no time like the present. So I guess if that's the case, Commissioner Adamini, do you have a candidate you'd like to select?
Yes.
Who is that candidate? Linda, are you
Oh, do you want me to read
counsel
off
that?
the
Yeah.
candidates?
Do you want to read the candidates off? Sure.
Hold on.
Jared Holtomaki.
Okay.
Or you
I
can
guess.
just say it.
Commissioner Malone.
Michael Larson.
Commissioner Alholm.
Michael Larson.
Vice Chair Nordine.
Go ahead, I'll go last.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
You're next.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you can take your time.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate that.
I have the luxury of going last. Or maybe the unfortunate, right?
It's tough. It's really hard.
No, all very good candidates, right?
I think there's a 10-second rule.
There's a 10-second roll call.
Gee. You were quiet all day, right? You were quiet all day.
Dwayne Duray.
Chairperson, do you want me to repeat them, or are you keeping track over there?
I'm keeping track, but you can repeat them.
We have a 1 for Dwayne, 1 for Jared, 2 for Michael.
Okay. Duray.
We have a tie.
That didn't help. So are we doing this again?
I guess we're gonna have to vote again.
Okey dokey.
You wanna vote?
I think you
Well,
should
they're
start.
all-
Three
should-
candidates or just the top?
So I guess,
I don't know, 'cause there's not top two, there's,
Well, you have two
oh yeah,
tied.
there is two top
that
two,
are
you're right,
tied,
you're right.
And then you have one with one.
we can do top two. We can do the last two. However,
Doesn't matter to me. You tell me. what
Larson
you
and
want.
Duray are the.
Larson and Duray are the top two. Starting with you, Commissioner Adamini again. Go ahead, sir.
Is my candidate out?
Your candidate is out. Your options are Dwayne Duray or Michael Larson.
I would say, Mr. Duray.
Okay. Commissioner Malone.
Michael Larson.
Commissioner Alholm.
Dwayne Duray.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Vice Chair Nordine.
Michael Larson.
I told you this was hard.
Well, that takes me off the hot seat. Yeah,
Yes, it did.
So I got the potato.
You do have the potato.
Well, before I move forward, I will say that both candidates sitting here, both very qualified, both absolutely, it's a difficult decision. But congratulations, Dwayne Duray. If you accept that, we can enter into negotiations. Duray.
I think you should come up and either accept or say no.
Yes.
Um,
I'd like to give my greatest thanks. Thank you very much for your voice of confidence on this, and really wasn't expecting it to occur tonight. I thought it was going to be a little later, but actually I'm quite pleased that it did occur. I would, as of right now, I would accept, yes.
Okay, we can make a motion to enter an agreement to negotiate with Mr. Duray. Would be in order.
So moved.
Motion by Commissioner Alholm, is there support?
Support.
Support by Commissioner Lalone. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Mr. Larson, would you come up, please? I appreciate your effort and your application. You come with high remarks, and I appreciate your putting your hat in the ring.
I appreciate the opportunity and thank you for taking the time to consider, and, best of luck to Mr. Duray as we move forward. Thank you. Yes.
So, moving along to public comment. Public comment. Is there any public comment? Any internet comments? Craig, nothing yet? One more time, public comment. Hearing none, we will close the public comment period. Commissioners' comments. Commissioner Adamini, you have the floor, sir.
Well, I'm gonna let it go.
Okay, Commissioner.
I have nothing else to say.
Got it. Commissioner Lalone, your turn.
Just to reflect what Joe said, we had great candidates. All of them were wonderful, and it was a really tough decision tonight. So, thank you.
Karen?
Thank both of you for applying. Good luck with your futures, both of you.
Same,
Vice Chair?
same thing.
Civil Council.
Nothing for the good of the order.
Linda, you've been wanting to talk. Go ahead.
I just want to remind everybody about the August 5th election that will be coming up, because I won't see you guys until that night. So we're going to have a very fast meeting on August 5th for my election.
Why won't you see us? What?
Did you hear that, Joe?
Oh.
That's all I got.
Okay. I'd like,
What's on the ballot, though? What do we have coming up in the special election?
Well,
Millages?
We have mainly millages, yes. So I have the complete list down in the office there, but yeah, August 5th, check our website and we've got it all out there for you.
I'd like to thank Ava for coming up. That was great. Keep up the good work, and hopefully when you get done with your internship, you'll look to Human Resources and see if they have a spot for you here in Marquette County. I'd also like to thank Judge Cheryl Hill for being present, and the Honorable Lynn Durant as well. And outside of that, that's all I have. Meeting adjourned.
Dwayne, I have these resolutions. Did you grab me that one?
I'm still around.
Absolutely.